Jessica Pegula just made a shocking confession about Alex Eala, and surprisingly, it had nothing to do with her tennis skills. The world number 3 has competed in Grand Slam finals, defeated some of the biggest names in the sport, and faced the toughest pressure situations imaginable. But when Pegula sat down to discuss her DC Open final opponent, she revealed that the biggest challenge of facing Eala was not her powerful shots, her movement, or her improving game. It was something much bigger, the unstoppable force of Alex Eala's fan base. The 21-year-old Filipina star has created a phenomenon that has taken the tennis world by surprise. From hearing the roar of Eala's supporters from her hotel room in Dubai to being completely confused by the atmosphere during their Miami Open encounter, Pegula's comments revealed just how powerful the Alex Eala movement has become. What exactly did the world number 3 say that has everyone talking? The final was set. The trophy was waiting. But before Jessica Pegula could focus on winning another championship, she had to answer the question everyone wanted to know. What is it like to face Alex Eala and the army of fans that follows her everywhere? Pegula had just secured her place in the DC Open final after a convincing 7-5, 6-4 victory over Diana Schneider. But when the American walked into her post-match press conference, her attention was not focused on her own performance. She was not talking about her semi-final victory. She was talking about the phenomenon waiting on the other side of the net. "It's crazy," Pegula said, her voice showing a mixture of surprise and admiration. "There are people out there all waiting for her." That statement immediately caught attention because it came from one of the best players in women's tennis. Pegula was not simply complimenting an opponent. She was acknowledging something unique happening around Alex Eala, a player whose popularity has grown far beyond normal expectations. Pegula then looked back at their first unforgettable meeting at the 2025 Miami Open, a tournament that introduced Eala to a much larger global audience. At the time, Eala was only 19 years old, ranked number 140 in the world, and still considered a rising prospect. But she shocked the tennis world by defeating multiple Grand Slam champions and reaching the semifinals. However, when Pegula thought back to that match, the thing she remembered most was not the scoreboard, it was the crowd. "I remember in Miami. This was before people really knew her that much," Pegula said, laughing as she remembered the experience. "I'm an American. I'm in Miami. We're in the semis. I live in South Florida." Everything suggested that Pegula should have had the home court advantage. She was the American player competing in front of a home crowd. But instead, she found herself surrounded by passionate supporters cheering for the young Filipina on the opposite side of the net. The atmosphere surprised her completely. She looked around and wondered where all these fans had come from and why they were supporting a player who was still climbing the rankings. For Pegula, that moment was the first sign that Alex Eala was not just becoming a talented tennis player. She was becoming a global phenomenon. The Filipino community had found its champion, and they were ready to follow her journey wherever it went. "I was just like, who are these people? What is going on? Where did all these fans come from? I don't understand what's happening." Jessica Pegula's reaction perfectly captured the shock she felt the first time she experienced the incredible support behind Alex Eala. The confusion was completely genuine, and honestly, it made sense. At the time, Eala was still a rising star trying to establish herself on the WTA Tour. But what Pegula witnessed in Miami was something far beyond a normal tennis crowd. The Miami Open had already become a historic tournament for Eala. The young Filipina had defeated 3 Grand Slam champions on her way to the semifinals. 2017 French Open champion Jelena Ostapenko, reigning Australian Open champion Madison Keys, and 5-time major winner Iga Swiatek. She was defeating elite opponents, but the biggest surprise for Pegula was not happening on the court, it was happening in the stands. The crowd inside Hard Rock Stadium was not simply supporting an underdog. They were supporting a movement. Thousands of Filipino fans had gathered to cheer for Eala, turning the stadium into a celebration of national pride and belief. Even though Pegula was the American player competing on home soil, she suddenly found herself facing an atmosphere that felt completely against her. "I was just like, where are these people coming from? Like, I don't understand. I was just so confused," Pegula admitted that that moment, She did not fully understand what was happening. But looking back now, she sees it clearly. Now obviously looking back, it's gotten even crazier and it makes complete sense now, Pegula said. The Filipino community had discovered its hero. Alex Eala was no longer just a tennis player representing herself. She had become a symbol of inspiration for millions of fans around the world. They followed every match, celebrated every victory, and created an atmosphere unlike anything most players on tour had experienced. And the phenomenon did not stop in Miami. Pegula revealed that she continued hearing the power of Eala's supporters throughout the season. During another tournament in Dubai, the noise from Eala's fans was so strong that it reached her hotel room. I remember in Dubai I could hear it from my hotel room because it's very close to the courts, Pegula recalled. The chants and cheers for Eala had become impossible to ignore. They were no longer just sounds coming from the stadium. They had become a signature part of every tournament where she competed. Pegula admired what Eala's popularity represented for tennis. "It's awesome for the sport," she said. "She's able to draw these crowds and she's not even a top 5 player yet." For Pegula, this was not only about one player or one fan base. It was about the future of tennis and the ability of a young star to bring new people into the game. She explained that throughout the year, Eala was consistently placed on larger courts because tournaments understood the demand to watch her play. "I've seen it at all the tournaments we've been at this year. She's usually on a bigger court because they have to put her on a bigger court. Usually, you hear the crowd from every single court around her," Pegula explained. "That level of support is rare." It showed that Eala's influence was growing faster than her ranking, and her connection with fans was becoming one of the biggest stories in women's tennis. Oh, what would you do if you walked onto the court knowing an entire stadium was cheering for your opponent? For Jessica Pegula, the answer was simple. She would laugh, accept the challenge, and prepare for the battle ahead. She knew that Washington would bring an even louder version of what she experienced in Miami. The crowd would likely belong to Alex Eala, and Pegula would have to rely on her experience, focus, and mental strength to block out the noise. Jessica Pegula had earned her place in the DC Open final, but when she faced the media afterward, she was not focused only on her own victory. Her attention was already on the phenomenon waiting across the net, and the prediction she made about Alex Eala sent a powerful message throughout the tennis world. "I'm assuming tomorrow it's probably going to be worse." Those words from Jessica Pegula perfectly captured what she was expecting before facing Alex Eala in the DC Open final. The world number 3 was not just preparing for a tennis match. She was preparing for an atmosphere unlike anything she had experienced before, a stadium filled with passionate Filipino fans ready to support their champion from the first point to the last. Pegula had already experienced the Eala effect firsthand in Miami, and she knew Washington was going to be even louder. The first time Pegula encountered Alex Eala's supporters, she was genuinely confused. She was the American player competing on home soil in a major semifinal. Everything suggested the crowd should have been behind her, but instead, she looked around and saw thousands of fans cheering for the young Filipina. "I'm an American. I'm in Miami. We're in the semis. I live in South Florida. Who are these people?" Pegula remembered thinking, that confusion has now transformed into something completely different, respect, and maybe a little bit of fear. Pegula admitted she was completely caught off guard by the support Eala received during their Miami Open semifinal clash. This was before people really knew her that much. Pegula explained, "I was just like, where are these people coming from? I don't understand. I was just so confused." But now, after seeing Eala's rise continue across the season, Pegula understands exactly what happened. Now obviously looking back, it's gotten even crazier and it makes complete sense now. The Filipino community had found its hero, and they were not going anywhere. Alex Eala had become more than just a tennis player. She had become a symbol of pride, inspiration, and hope for millions of Filipinos around the world. Every tournament she entered became a gathering point for fans who wanted to witness history, and Pegula realized that the Eala effect was not limited to the United States. She revealed that she could even hear the power of Eala's supporters from her hotel room during another tournament in Dubai. "I remember in Dubai I could hear it from my hotel room because it's very close to the courts," Pegula said. the chants for Eala had become so powerful that they traveled beyond the stadium walls and became part of the atmosphere surrounding every tournament she played. For Pegula, this was something special. "It's awesome for the sport," she said. "She's able to draw these crowds and she's not even a top 5 player yet." The world number 3 recognized that Eala's popularity was changing the way people viewed tennis. Her matches were becoming cultural events, bringing in fans who were connected not only to the sport but also to the story behind the player. "I've seen it at all the tournaments we've been at this year," Pegula explained. "She's usually on a bigger court because they have to put her on a bigger court. Usually, you hear the crowd from every single court around her." That statement showed just how unique Alex Eala's rise has been. Her influence has grown beyond rankings and statistics. She has created an emotional connection with fans that few players achieve. Pegula, a veteran who has competed in some of the biggest matches in tennis, knew exactly what awaited her in Washington. A near-hostile crowd. "Probably going to be worse," she said with a laugh. But instead of complaining, Pegula embraced the challenge. She joked that appearing on Eala's podcast could maybe earn her some Filipino support. "Maybe having her on our podcast, they'll be a little bit nicer to me. Maybe I gained a little bit of Filipino love. I'll try to use that to my advantage." It was a light-hearted comment, but it revealed something important. Pegula was not just preparing to face a talented opponent. She was facing a movement. The confusion she felt in Miami had disappeared, and its place was genuine admiration from one of the best players in the world. Jessica Pegula had seen the Alex Eala phenomenon up close, and her message was clear. The world is finally starting to understand what Filipino fans already knew. Alex Eala is special. "It's crazy. There are people out there all waiting for her," Jessica Pegula said during her post-match press conference after reaching the DC Open final. But then something changed. Her tone shifted from surprise to something much deeper: respect. "I think it's awesome for the sport. She's able to draw these crowds and she's not even a top 5 player yet." Those words carried enormous weight because they came from someone who truly understands what it takes to reach the highest level of tennis. Pegula, the world number 3, a Grand Slam finalist, and a player who has defeated some of the biggest names in the sport, had experienced almost everything tennis could offer. But even she admitted that she had never seen anything quite like the phenomenon Alex Eala. The name behind this movement was Alex Eala. "I've seen it at all the tournaments we've been at this year," Pegula continued. "She's usually on a bigger court because they have to put her on a bigger court. Usually, you hear the crowd from every single court around her." The Eala effect had become impossible to ignore. Her supporters were not just filling seats. They were changing the atmosphere of tournaments. Every chant, every Philippine flag, and every roar from the stands showed that Eala had built a connection with fans that went far beyond tennis. Pegula even revealed that the impact followed her away from the stadium. "I remember in Dubai, I could hear it from my hotel room because it's very close to the courts," she recalled. The cheers for Eala had become a soundtrack to the tennis season. A reminder that something special was happening every time the young Filipina stepped onto the court. But Pegula's next statement was the one that truly shocked fans. "Any way to get people into tennis, I think it's really neat." She was not simply recognizing Eala's popularity, she was celebrating it in a sport that has always searched for new audiences and new stars. Alex Eala had become a bridge between tennis and millions of new fans around the world. Her journey, her personality, and her connection with the Filipino community had created something bigger than rankings, and Pegula appreciated exactly what that meant. The world number 3 also praised something deeper about Eala, the way she has handled her rapid rise. According to Pegula, Eala has shown incredible maturity, gratitude, and humility despite the growing attention surrounding her. She has embraced the support while continuing to focus on improving as a player. Those qualities have made Eala more than just a talented athlete. They have made her a role model. "She's the perfect role model for it," Pegula said. "I'm sure she wants to inspire the next generation of girls and Filipino girls to play tennis and go after their dreams." For Alex Eala, hearing one of the best players in the world describe her journey in those words would mean everything, but her response would likely remain the same. Keep working, keep improving, keep inspiring. Because Jessica Pegula had just confirmed what millions of Filipino fans already believed. Alex Eala is not just building a career, she is building a legacy. With the DC Open final waiting and the $252,000 championship prize on the line, both players prepared for one final battle. But before the first point was played, one thing was already clear. Jessica Pegula respected her opponent. She knew she was not just facing another player, she was facing the future of women's tennis.